Hey y'all, welcome to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. Do not mind my hair. I just took it out and I said, what? Take it out and go. Do not care. Y'all should know me by now, truthfully. I'm gonna keep it hot with y'all. This is my second time doing this video because I wasn't even recording. And truthfully, it kind of irritated me, y'all. It really did. It really, really did. And then you know how I was just telling my best friend that when one thing happened, it seemed like everything else happened after that. Yeah. So, truthfully, this video will be very short because I don't know if I have in me what I just gave y'all. So, hopefully, this video does not cut off. But if it does, I'm gonna just try again another time. It's Tuesday. Tuesday's word of the day. Today's word of the day is change. So I got 3 definitions for you guys. To become different, to replace with another, such as, from the negative to the positive, like characteristics. And the third one is to undergo transformation, transition, or substitution. My favorite one, because it seems like I always have a favorite, is to become different. I love that definition. But we're gonna keep on rolling. First, conversational piece, because I give y'all definitions, and then I give y'all 2 conversational questions where I'll discuss my answers with you guys on here, and then you can think about the questions within yourself. You don't have to journal them, but you can also have a conversation with me about it. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. I want to connect, want to talk. Would love to hear whatever it is. I don't care. And so, first question, think about the definitions and how they relate to you. How does the thought of change make you feel? Become different. For me, y'all, and I'm really kind of just really upset because it's nothing like that first video. It's nothing like the first video. Like, how do I come back from that? So, relating, I just keep thinking about it. It's just killing me. But how I relate to becoming different, it just wasn't meant to be, though, truthfully. That's why I'm not letting it even. That's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and do another one and just make it quick as possible. I'm not gonna keep y'all long, truthfully, because that one was probably long. But when it comes to become different, I just think of what comes to mind, truthfully, is negativity. And the negative in it is when you make changes for yourself, and people don't realize that when you make a change within yourself, with what you do, with the things you do in your life, you're becoming a different person. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not going to be the same person that they're used to. But that doesn't make who you are less valuable. Like, that doesn't take away the value of who you are as a person. Because guess what? If you call me and you still needed that type of person that's inside of me, you're going to get that loyalty, that friendship, those long conversations. I might not still wild out, do what we used to do, but I'm still your friend. I'm still here for you, and we can go do something a little bit more calmer if that works for you. You know what I'm saying? But people just associate it with negativity, and you shouldn't. And how it relates to me is that I know a lot of people see my changes, and I know it's visible without anybody having to speak on it. And that's for anybody. Like, I know a lot of people see, like, oh, and I know a lot of people feel like they know who I used to be, or they know what they know from when they were around me. But you gotta understand, none of that really matters, because first of all, that's technically my life anyway, so it shouldn't really matter to anybody else who I was. So what? Now I've been through a lot, and I know a lot, seen a lot, to know that I want better for myself. I want to become different. I don't want to be the same Lanasia that I used to be, because who I used to be has always got me back to square one. Been going in circles and cycles. So I haven't got any different results. Let's say 2 years ago, before I started my journey, I haven't got anything different out of the things I used to do, the things that I used to think was fun. Nothing satisfactory. Nothing. But the things that I'm doing now, my life journey, recognizing a lot about myself, changing myself from the inside out, choosing to heal, choosing to work through all the scars, all the hurt, all the pain, choosing to work through the loneliness, the anxiety, the depression. That has made me 100 times, choosing God first and foremost. That has made me so much happier. There's times I've had nothing and I've been like very happy, like so happy, like the happiest person on earth, because I feel good inside. I feel happy just to be alive. I'm satisfied with just waking up and doing my thing, being me. That's satisfactory to me. That's satisfactory to me. That's joy to me. So that's how I relate to becoming different. I don't want negativity behind me choosing to heal and change and really be who I've always been. She's just been hiding. She had to hide. She felt like she couldn't be who she truly was in this world. But that's no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I relate to it. Like, I'm changing, I'm becoming different, and I love it. And if it doesn't relate to you, then you are free to move freely out of my life, you know? It does, and that goes for anybody. And that's not me being rude, because I love everybody and I hate to see people go. But I'm not going to stop you if you feel like however you feel. For me wanting better for myself, I'm not going to stop you. That's on you. I wish you the best. But hey, I'm doing what I have to do for me that I feel like is going to bring different to my life. So if that causes me to change and become different, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm choosing. I'm choosing the road less traveled, to be honest. Amen. And so to replace with another, and that gives me, you know, for me, how it relates to me is replacing my negative with positive, you know, with replacing the, you know how I say, like, I more so deal with a lot of stuff mentally and emotionally. So, you know, changing my negative self-talk into positive self-talk. That's another thing, to replace with another. Replacing that negativity with positivity. All the things that are negative in my life, like toxic traits. Changing my toxic into healthier traits, you know. I'm sorry, looking at that. And of course, you know, I still have my toxic traits. I ain't perfect. Still working through them, you know, you gotta catch yourself sometimes. I have made a lot of, you know, changes in the toxicity of my life, the toxic things. And so the last one, to undergo transformation, transition, or substitution. And how I relate is right here, right now. That's my life journey. I had to undergo a transformation in order to get to the next level of my life. I've been through a lot of transitions to grow. I had to learn. I had to make those changes, or I would have never went through the transformations. I would have never had transitions where I'm transitioning from the next phase to another one. Without knowing that I needed to change, I would have never went through that. That's literally what change is. Transformations, transitions. You're changing from one thing to another, from one place to another. I'm becoming different. I'm transforming within myself, within my life. And then I'm transitioning to a next level of my life so that I can continue to gain knowledge and gain wisdom about life, more life. I'm going after more life. And with more life comes those changes, comes transformation and transition, and heck, even substitution. Because again, you're substituting the things that you used to do, the things that you no longer want to do, with more healthier things that you do want to do to better your life. So when it comes to change, just if it's what you really, really want to do, don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anyone hold you back, because people and things will. As far as how it makes me feel, change makes me feel good. I had never thought about change until a little before my journey, and that's when I chose to say, yo, like I've said before, this is not life. This cannot be life. This can't be real. This can't be my life. Something has to change. Something got to be different. And so that's when I started to, and that was when I was 23, started to like see that what I've been doing, how I've been doing life, it's not cutting it. Because the things I'm going through, not cutting it. The situations I keep dealing with, I've been dealing with for years, not cutting it. And that goes for every aspect of my life, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, socially. None of it was cutting, none of it. You know, so change makes me feel good. And to know that I've been changing for a while makes me feel great. During my journey, I truly feel like I've always been receptive to change. Truthfully, I done got relaxed, like, at this point. At this point, let me get a little comfortable. I feel like I've been very receptive to change, truthfully. On my journey, I feel like, and I still got these balloons, but I'm one of those people that I keep everything. Everything somebody gives me, I'll keep it. That's probably why I got so many soul ties, because I would never throw stuff away. But yes, I feel like I've been very receptive to change. Of course, I've gone through my things. I'm not perfect. I've been going in circles sometimes. It's up and down. You know, stuck in some places. Of course, that's life. You know, I'm on a ever changing, ever developing journey. Always developing journey. So, of course, I'm gonna go through the motions. Of course, I'm gonna learn lessons a couple of times before I finally get it. But the fact that I took this journey, and the fact that and the fact that I'm still on it, and the fact that I haven't given up on myself and what I have going on, as far as digging inside of me and digging deep and trying to heal and trying to have better relationships with people in general, I feel like that makes me very receptive to change, and I love that about me. When I made that decision, I made it, and I've been working towards that ever since. And because it's every day, and because it's a long life journey, I'm still figuring things out right now today. So it's just great that, you know, to know that I'm receptive. It's definitely needed, but sometimes certain things are harder to change than others. And that is the truth. And that's why I just spoke on the fact that, yes, at some points on my journey in the past, you know, year and a half, I've been stuck. You know, I've been going in circles. I continue to deal with the same stuff, haven't let things go. Not setting proper boundaries with people. And that you know, goes for, you know, whatever. Because sometimes it's hard to make a change. It's so hard. It is. When you're used to stuff, when it feels familiar to you, and that was so big for me this year. And it still is, because I go to and I cling to what's familiar. I don't really like newness. I don't, you know, in certain aspects. And that's why, you know, change can be harder at times. But I have not given up. I'm going to keep going until I conquer, you know, until I complete those cycles and those lessons. Because eventually I'm going to get it. And eventually, me and God going to work through them. And I'm going to get through them. And it's going to be a thing of something I laugh at 20 years from now. Like, girl, like, So it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. You have to deal with yourself and outsiders when it comes to changing. So it's not easy, but you got this. We got this. And I'm going to keep on moving. Question number 2 for y'all. Reflect on how much you have changed over the past year, no matter for the good or bad. Reflect on your changes and how they have affected your life over the 1 year time period. I have changed a lot. At first, I couldn't see the joy in my changes, but now I do. Like, I didn't really become so joyous on my journey until I got back from Mexico. And it's been a month of nothing but happiness and joy. And I don't know if it's because I turned 25 or what. Like, I don't know. Like, at 23 and 24, things were hitting me. Like, you need to change. It's time to make a change. At 24, like, I'm right there. I was 23 at the time. So I'm like, all right, you need to make a change. So now I'm turning 24 right there, like 2 months later, because it was like May. It was like March, May. March, April, May. So April, May. So then I'm turning 24 and I'm like, yeah. So, 24, I start my journey at 24. So now it's like, working through, dealing with everything, really, I'm really healing myself. Like, really, I really am. Really digging deep, really learning more about myself, really putting in that work of changing, of healing, of my life journey, making it what I want it to be, what I desire. It's my destiny, and I'm really focused on my destiny, And I'm still, dealing with stuff, learning stuff. But at 25, it's just like, I don't know. It's like I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, you see what you're capable of. It's time to really be joyful. Celebrate yourself. And that's what I have. You have to learn to celebrate yourself. For all that you've overcome. And I have to do it more often. Like, I feel like I'm just now doing that, and I've been through so much in the past year and a half that I really haven't celebrated. Even the little things. So learn to celebrate yourself more. Don't wait till a year and a half, 2 years, and look back at your changes. Try to celebrate yourself as much as you can. That'll help you continue to want to make changes, honestly. That's what I think. So like I was saying, I couldn't see the joy in how much I've changed. But right here lately, I realized that, girl, you've been through a lot, and look where you are, and look how far you come. Like Janae said, all you have going, you gotta keep going. Look at the things you're doing, like, you gotta keep going. And so, hey, some changes. I'm talking to people more. I'm speaking to them, smiling at them, just greeting people. Hey, how you doing? Hope everything is good. Have a nice day. Stuff like that. Don't smoke as much. Went from breakfast, lunch, dinner to one-a-day gummies. Like I said, getting closer to my family. Setting boundaries. Learning to do that. Just learned to really do that this year. But definitely been getting closer to my family. My relationship with God is so much stronger. Praying every day and night faithfully. Putting in that work in the Bible. Reading the Bible every day. Just doing what I have to do as far as choosing Him, putting Him first. Stepping out on faith, having more courage. Continuing to shine my light. Just continuing to be me. Continuing to be happy no matter what. Bettering myself as far as work relationships, like making friends at work. Like I told y'all, I'm one of the people that going to work, don't know y'all, don't want to talk to y'all, especially if it's a new job. But I'm doing better with that. I talk to all my coworkers, we all cool, love it. Getting more healthier habits into my life. Eating 3 times a day. Now more so walking and meditating, you know, just doing a lot of things like that. So that's some of the changes, and they have all made my life better. Have made my life better. I'm like right here, right now, y'all. I have not had a bad day in almost a month. Hallelujah, amen. Because I have bad days. Shoot, for real. Another thing is that on my trip, I learned that I haven't been triggered to be angry in forever until my trip to Mexico. And I was triggered at least 3 times. Like 0 to 100, black. All I see is black. Attitudinal. Everything is dark. I don't give a. Pissed off. Like at least 3 times. And it's been a minute since I've been like so mad. In the last video I told y'all the story, but I'm not repeating that story. But I just was able to realize that I still need to learn I still need to work on how to react when it comes to my anger. Like, that's how it is with my anger. Like, real quick. It's like a light switch. It's real quick. But I was able to realize that, you know, you are trying to grow and heal. So you really got to put in that work. You really got to, like, I had to really, you know, work through it and talk to myself on the trip. Just, like, I had to relearn. I had to teach myself right then and there, like, no, you have got to learn how to think before you get angry, before you be ready to blow up. You got to sit there and think, like, is this even worth me blowing up? Because it could be something small. Like, what I blew up over, the things that I blew up over was so small. Like, it was over a seat. Seriously. But it was because I was already tired. It had been a long day. Like, so much was already in me that when that situation occurred, I just let it all out. Like, blew it up. Set it on fire. You know? And so, that's one thing that I changed. You know, even though it's a month ago, it's within the past year. So, you know, just knowing that I'm capable of working through the things that I still need to work on. And that leads me to my last point, which is learn to look at yourself and be honest, especially about the bad things. So you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, and you have to be able to be real with yourself. Like, if you want to change, the first start is being 100% real with yourself. If you ain't never been real with yourself before, you're going to have to be real with yourself if you're trying to change. You're going to have to recognize the demons. You're going to have to recognize the scars. You're going to have to recognize the pain, the hurt, the loss. You're going to have to recognize all of it in order to change. In order to make things better. In order to undergo transformations. In order to get to the next level of your life. In order to unlock the knowledge and the wisdom to get you through life. In order to gain what you need to gain. What you want to gain. But haven't because you're staying the same. Because you're back at square one. And I know some of y'all tired of going through the same things. Dealing with the same stuff and ending up back at square one. Like, dang, I've been here before. A couple of times, too. No. Like, if you know and you're ready to make a change, you have to look within. You have to look at yourself. You have to be man enough or woman enough to look in the mirror. And sometimes that even has to be physically. Like, reality. Like, really look into your mirror. Look at yourself. And if you can't look at yourself, that's already telling you that you probably need to make some changes. If you can't look at who you really are. And I was there at a point in time. But now, you know, I be all like, hey, girl. Like, I look, like, in the mornings, I'm like, good morning. You know, smiling. I went through a lot to get where I am. But that caused me, but I had to look at myself. I had to take accountability. I had to do that. I was not going to make any changes without making that reflection. You're not going to make changes without making that reflection, without reflecting on your life and who you are and the things you've done, the bullets you took and the bullets you gave. You're not going to be able to make that change because you're not even going to know what you're changing. Like, how you going to make a change and you don't even know what you're changing? First of all, you have to reflect. You got to. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You have to learn yourself. You have to learn who you truly are. Because we have a dark side to us. That's a part of who we are. But you don't have to stay that way. You don't have to continue to operate in the darkness. Find light. Find your light. And move in it. Work in it. Use it. Illuminate it. Put it out there. Help somebody else see. But it all starts with you. It all starts with recognizing who you are truthfully. That's the good and the bad and the ugly. That's everything. Because when you're changing, you're going to change that. You're going to change that negative to a positive, that dark into light. But you're also going to continue to strengthen the positives. You're going to strengthen the light. It's going to become brighter. When you're changing to be different, it's going to be brighter. And when it comes to the people that don't want you to change, no matter who that might be for you, who that is, when you want to make a change within families, within friendships, within relationships, you might lose some people, but that means they're not meant to go with you. Their hands aren't supposed to touch what your hands are about to touch. They're not supposed to receive what you're about to receive. It's just not going to happen. So you have to also recognize that about your journey. And if they want to change, help them. Your journey, y'all journeys aren't going to look alike. Whether that's with friendships, partnerships, it doesn't matter. Family, it's not going to look like yours. But you can help each other. You can bounce off one another. Your journey is catered to you, tailored to you. But hey, if eating nothing but fish helps you lose weight, helps you get more how you want to get, but your friend, he can't eat fish, but he can cut that out and everything else, and he can only eat chicken, and he gonna get that same result, cool. Because some people are meant to go with you. Some people are meant to change for the better with you. But those who are not, don't allow them to stop you. Let them stay the same. Their time might not have come yet. Because guess what? It'll come soon enough. Once you get where you are, start getting those gains, when you start gaining knowledge and wisdom and getting the things that you desire for your life, oh, trust and believe. Even if you lost that person, but it ain't, it ain't never no bad blood with a good-hearted person, with a good person. So they gonna be wondering, dang, how you do that? How you get that? How you accomplish this? I just decided to make changes in my life for the better. I wanted better, bruh, so I had to go get better. If journaling and meditating help you, but it don't help somebody else, but you could be like, oh, well, but you can also read you some books, do some yoga, go exercise, eat better, because some people, even if it wasn't their time, it might be their time now, so, But don't ever let nobody stop you or hold you back. Like in partnerships, y'all can change together as well. It's not going to look the same. That's why you are your own individual self. Your changes are not going to look like each other's, but you can bounce off each other. You can help each other. Do what works for you. That's why it's so important to be strong on your own, independent on your own, to be able to stand on your own. Because when you're making a difference, when you're trying to become different, you're going to go through certain challenges where you need to be alone, where you need to take that time. And as a partner, you can't do anything but Understand that, because when they come back, they're going to come back 10 times stronger. And they're going to be able to help you. They're going to be able to inspire you. Because you're not going to always be at the same place in life. All do things at different times. That doesn't make anybody less valuable. That doesn't make you a lesser person than anyone. That's why we have to be strong as individuals. Because we need that time to grow sometimes by ourselves. But that don't mean we can't come together either. You know? So, that's just, me going into a little rant. But yes, don't let nobody stop you when it comes to making a change within yourself, within your life. Because good things come with change. Great things come with change. Especially for the better. Especially for the better. So these questions will be in the description box. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is way much shorter than my first video. I had to go ahead and get it done. I got a couple of things I gotta get done before I call it a night. Having to do another video kind of exhausted me. And sorry, I had to go look and make sure this was still recording. Like, I really kind of, I had my faith, like, but I got a little trust issues because I can't really afford not to get this video completed right now. So, yes, guys, it is getting to that point. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have had a beautiful day, a blessed day. Continue to be yourself. Continue to shine your light. Continue to make changes within yourself if you need to do what you need to do to get what you desire in life. Because the things you really desire that's for you requires you to make changes. You cannot stay the same thinking you gonna accomplish the greater things in life, the bigger picture. Especially if you always found yourself back at square one. No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta be able to sit back, reflect, evaluate on why your life isn't going the way you thought it's supposed to go. It can go however you want it to go, but you gotta recognize the things that you put out there, the things that you've done, the things that you allowed yourself to go through. Because it works both ways. Take bullets, gave bullets, You've hurt people. People have hurt you. So you have to recognize everything. And it doesn't matter. You know how I do. That goes for family too, friends too. All types of relationships. It doesn't matter. You have to be able to sit back and recognize why your life is the way it is. And sometimes that looks like just not having enough support, not having guidance. But those are things you have to recognize in order to heal, because you might have people to forgive for not guiding you the right way. So you might have to forgive them in order to move on, in order to gain more out of life. There's a lot you have to recognize within your own life before you can actually make changes and move forward to accomplish the bigger goals, the bigger picture. So do not think you're going to be able to stay the same and do the same things and think, oh yeah, I'm going to get everything I want out of life. Because that's not how it works. But anyways, guys, again, I love you guys, if I haven't already said it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all so much. Be blessed. Stay blessed. From my heart to yours.